Hello, this is Cecilia Beckwith with the League of Women Voters of Portland. You're watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We're here today to talk with candidates running for the May 17, 2022 primary election. All candidates running for this position in the primary election were invited by the League to participate. We asked the candidates for the same office, the same questions. The number of questions asked will be determined by the length of the candidates' answers. In this process, we're grateful for the support of the Carroll and Velma Sailing Foundation, the League of Women Voters of Portland Education Fund, the Weiss Foundation, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me today is Bruce Broussard, running for the Multnomah County Chair. Welcome, Bruce.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, please tell us a little about yourself and why you're running for this office.
Well, in all due respect, I've run for office before in the past, and this goes back about 9 years ago when the issues were coming up that we're talking about today, that all of a sudden I felt I should get involved. I then ran for district number 2 against Loretta Smith during that particular time. And I stressed basically what the issues were, and I ran. Unfortunately, I did not win, and she went on. And I guess it was Shashila Japal, I guess, basically ran. And I ran against her aspect of it. And again, the issues were not being addressed. And so I think at this point in time, let me give you just some feedback in regards to the point that I was making. Together, I said basically, together we can do better. Together we can solve homeless problems and rid our communities of discarded drug needles and rubbish by utilizing Wapato as a shelter bedding space, helping legitimate homeless and the mentally ill, choosing safe havens for them. And low-income housing should truly be affordable for low-income families and seniors. Gentrification of families and seniors need to be stopped. My passion, my commitment, my accomplishment, and awareness of the present issues plaguing Multnomah County District 2 qualifies me to meet the challenges. That was basically my emphasis when I got involved to begin with. I then started spending time before the commission, speaking, if you will, dealing with the Wapato situation, finding out all of a sudden that here was a structure that could be used for mentally ill. We do not have a structure like this within our community at this point in time. And I guess the main part was the fact that we've got other counties here within the district. Look like Portland tend to fix the whole league. But in all due respect, the chair of that committee, the chair within the district, it should be here. Portland is just a city within district number 2. There are many other entities like a number of other small other areas within Multnomah County. And there's Troutdale, Wood Village, Gresham, Fairview, Maywood Park. And then I've talked to these folks, and right up front with you, and when I talk to these folks, I talk to them from the standpoint of their district, the folks who are basically commissioners in their respective districts. And in all due respect, you don't hear about their issues. So long and short of it is that I then began to say, well, gee whiz, what am I going to do this time around? And so at the last minute, I was looking for people that was going to be dealing with the issues. And unfortunately, I did not see them on the list on filing to run for office. So I filed at the last minute. And so when I filed, I then began to get very serious about this situation aspect of it. And so consequently, I found that they were having some of the same problems. The commissioners were basically special and basically disappointed that they also were not being included in talking about the issues. It was the media even basically did the same thing. They basically kept these folks out. So because I have this background and because I too have a kind of a media kind of a deal, I do a talk show on Oregon Voters Digest, and I invited guests and this, that, and the other. And even this time around, I've invited folks who are involved in the whole issues aspect of it. Just recently, I had two individuals that were running for sheriff, one in Vancouver, Washington, and one in Portland. Basically, the Portland aspect of it. And it was very interesting, basically talking to these folks, they had some things that they could really be talking about very seriously. So, so consequently, the homeless issues, the mental issues, I mean, there was the needles, if you will. That was something that I was very, very much. Nobody wanted to deal with the needles aspect of it, and as far as public safety, the shootings and things of that nature. And you know, I'm a former Marine. I'm a Marine, and I was very much involved in that whole piece as aspect of it. And that's why I wear my cover and whatever. It's a uniform, and we should respect those uniforms. Same thing with police aspect of it. I've been on various boards and whatever, as far as the housing and whatever. My first new development was a $1.2 million senior citizen center in Northeast Portland, Walnut Park. I did that. I used to own the Portland Observer newspaper as a publisher. And my point is that I got involved in that end of it. So I've got quite a background, and folks want to get a better feel for who I am and check out those voters pamphlets over the last 2 years and check it out to see what I'm all about. And as I indicated before, I mean, the age thing has always been an issue that's been coming up of late. But in all due respect, I'm 33 years old and 50 years worth of experience. I know what's going on. And I told these ladies, those three commissioners that were there, I said, look, you, once I'm sitting in that chair, you will have the opportunity to speak. And if we go to the city and we're talking about these issues, those issues, you will be there. But at the same time, I want you to go back to your respective district, identify those issues within your particular district, and then come back, bring them to the table. We'll put a dollar figure on it, and then we'll basically identify the dollars in that pot of money and set that aside. But at this point in time, I will be Bruce Broussard. I will take the lead, and it will not be the city of Portland doing all the talking. It will be the county commissioner from the chair. We're going to be all together. It's going to take a village to solve the problems that we have here within our city. And we need to talk about and address the issues. That's where I'm at. Bruce Broussard. Please vote.
Well, thank you, Mr. Broussard. This concludes our video voter guide and our podcast interview with Bruce Broussard, who's running for the Multnomah County chair. The election day is Tuesday, May 17th. Thank you for informing yourselves and learning about the candidates. And make sure you vote, please vote. And for more information on the primary election in this race, visit our websites, which are vote411.org and lwvpdx.org. And thank you very much for your interest.